Well, June is famous for being the month for weddings, but are you one of those always a bridesmaid, never a bride type, or always a wingman for your buddy? Well, there's an event that's coming up right around the corner that says that we can help you get ready for, and it's called Love Starts With You. So joining us to tell us more about that is Jacksonville's only Christian matchmaker, Renee Richel Steilberg. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So glad to have you. Nice to see you again. Haven't seen you in a little while, so nice to see you. So tell us, you've got this life-changing event that's coming up, and it's going to help people unlock the relationship woes. So tell us, can you really learn how to date, if you will?
You can, but it all begins with you. Why it's called Love Starts With You. So you need to know how to be in love with yourself first, obviously, to attract the love that you desire. And so many of us get into relationships out of lust, and we don't really think about the relationship skills none of us were taught. So time and time again, we all have friends, that get into a relationship and they change who they are. And then over time, they grow apart, is what they say. And it's truly because they never really knew who they were from the beginning, from either past emotions or past relationships that we carry into new relationships. So it's so important about learning who you are, authentically owning it, and through relationship skills that I teach at the tour with, your personality type and the individual that you are. It really helps to attract that love you're looking for that you've never found.
I like that. And we're all looking for love. That's what we all want.
Right.
So, I mean, we all need that. So do you have a best advice that you can give to find that perfect match?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I teach 5 golden rules, as you'll learn at the tour. But the biggest thing that I talk about that nobody really wants to talk about that tears a lot of relationships apart is be financially sexy. It's a big tip that I give to, some of the millionaire clients even. They want somebody that is attractive already financially, that has their act together, that's confident. Some of my even most confident clients get nervous at times. So it's really learning how to be your best self through, looks and confidence, to also learn the skills that we need to attract that person.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, what can we expect? So somebody wants to come to Love Starts With You, which is coming up. What can they expect?
Well, you're definitely sometimes you're going to meet other individuals that are there. I'm all about what I teach. I want you to practice. So by the time you leave the event, it's you're a well-oiled machine to keep practicing it in your daily life, not only in love, but in your career, with your family, your work life environment too. So it's so important that you're learning the skills that you need to have while you're obviously. And
you had 2 other tips that you wanted to touch on too.
Yeah, I also, one of our golden rules is I said leave a window, which means, our 72-hour rule. So many of us speak emotionally and not logically when we're quick to respond to something. So that's a big tip that I talk about. It's so important to be able to know your way of communication so that you take the time to communicate what you really mean instead of, vomit up what we might have not meant to say.
That's really important. You have to be on the same page. You have to understand one another.
Right, exactly.
And your final tip?
My final tip would be, couch talk is the biggest thing. I love that you were talking about phones earlier, that even my clients, when they go out, it's so crazy to remind them to put the phone down and be 100% present in the moment to that person, to really have that authentic conversation about, who you are, how you feel, and what you're, looking for in that, who you want.
And so Love Starts With You. You decided to start this because, why?
Because in my own walk, I was always attracting the wrong type of person, I would say, until I've learned over my years of obviously teaching this and now walking through it with my clients, is you have to know exactly who you are so you never change that in a relationship.
And what's the one thing that you think that everybody will take away from Love Starts With You?
Is they will absolutely discover and transform the way that they look at themselves to be confident in every relationship they have going forward.
And how many people are going to be there? It seems like a lot of people are signing up for this.
Yeah. So
everybody wants to be there.
We do have limited seats, so 24 hours before our event, we are actually closing our tickets so that each person, we know their names, who they are, and have packages ready for them when they arrive. So it's a personal experience, but it's definitely a group activity too, where it's so lively and fun, and they'll walk away with the skills that they need to transform their love life.
And anybody can come, men, women, and you even were talking about couples are planning on coming.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, even if you're a couple or you're there by yourself, and if you're in a relationship, we'll make sure when we do our breakout sessions, you're with that person practicing these tools. But it's so important that you learn to put that oxygen mask on yourself first, even when you're in a relationship, so that you can be your best self for a mate or someone else.
I love that. That's perfect. We all love that. We all want love.
Yes.
And love starts with you. I like that.
And it's important to pick the right one.
Yeah. Thanks, Renee. We appreciate you being here. And Love Starts With You. It's this Saturday, April 7th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the St. John's Cathedral on East Church Street. And it's $35, and that includes lunch, which is great. That's a good deal. And it's not just for singles like we talked about. Couples are welcomed as well. So all you have to do is go to www.steilbergandcompany.com.